What if I told you that Liverpool's surprise sensation isn't a new signing or a Liverpool favourite like Mo Salah? A player has been slowly and quietly transforming under the radar, and he's about to take Liverpool to the next level all by himself. Meet Luis Diaz, the Colombian forward redefining what it means to play on Liverpool's left wing. If you haven't watched him in his red-hot form this season, you're in for a real surprise. Liverpool's front line has always been the club's heartbeat. In 2017-18, Liverpool's legendary trident of Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah and Roberto Firmino became more than just players. They were the world's scariest attack, with the trio scoring an unbelievable 338 goals between them and lifting 6 trophies in their 5 seasons together. They could only be rivaled by Barcelona's MSN as the best attack of modern time. But Mane's departure in 2022 left a void in Liverpool's attack, a gap that few players could only hope to fill. Mane's explosive power, relentless pressing and the knack for finding the net made him irreplaceable in the eyes of many Liverpool fans. Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo were among many names touted as long-term left-wing prospects, with all three ultimately falling short of replicating Mane's magic. Yet Luis Diaz emerged not to replicate Mane, but to redefine Liverpool's left wing with his unique style. Under the guidance of Arne Slot, Diaz has evolved from an instinctive solo-playing winger to a refined, deadly forward who embodies Liverpool's new approach. The early days of Luis Diaz at Liverpool were marked by flair and unpredictability, but consistency was a challenge. Unlike Mane, who brought physicality and adaptability from day one, Diaz had to work through a steep learning curve. Known for his instinctive street baller style, he was a player who relied on solo runs, often finding himself isolated on the left wing. Dr. Phil Barter from Anfield Index noted in the Under Pressure podcast that Diaz has transitioned from being a street baller to a more refined tactical player. The shift came largely under Slot's influence, as he helped Diaz adopt a central positioning, making him a more efficient and calculated goal threat. Now, instead of looking for flashy solo moves, Diaz focuses on occupying high-quality scoring areas, a key change that has transformed his impact on the field. This season, Diaz's newfound tactical discipline was evident from the start. Against Bournemouth, he scored twice, showcasing his positional awareness and hunger to score. Trent Alexander-Arnold put it best after the match, saying, "Luis looks hungrier to score goals. He's getting himself into the right areas and making the right decisions." Diaz's goal tally and positioning stats reflect this change. He's not just waiting for chances, but actively creating them by being in the right places at the right times. Fans first saw this new goal-scoring awareness by the forward in a pre-season game against Sevilla. Diaz moved centrally, supporting Diogo Jota, wrong-footed a defender and smashed the ball into the top corner. Moments like these showed how Diaz elevated his game under Slot's direction, with a refined approach that Liverpool's attack was missing. These aren't just goals, they're statements that Diaz is here to lead Liverpool's next chapter. But how has this all happened overnight? Well, let's take a deeper look at what's created the rebirth of the Liverpool winger. But before then, please make sure to like and hit the subscribe button now if you're enjoying this video. Your support helps us bring you this content you love. Thank you. Arne Slot's influence has been crucial in reshaping Liverpool's tactical structure, especially in how Diaz is utilised. Slot brought a fresh approach to Liverpool's game, emphasising player adaptability and tactical precision. Instead of Klopp's narrower pressing style, Slot uses a more flexible setup that lets Diaz operate centrally, often switching with other forwards to confuse defences. This tactical freedom has been a game changer for Diaz. Last season, his expected goals per shot stood at 0.13 xG. But this term, it's risen to 0.19 xG, a seemingly small change that reflects a big improvement in the quality of his shots. This approach is similar to how Slot utilised his left wingers at Feyenoord, like Luis Sinisterra, allowing them to take on more playmaking responsibilities. Now, Diaz drifts inside, joining the attack centrally and creating space for Salah and Szoboszlai on the right. This tactic doesn't just maximise his goal-scoring potential, it changes how Liverpool approaches each game. In previous attacking philosophies under Klopp, players like Mane were utilised for their relentless pressing and aerial presence, which defined how the team was set up in possession and out of it. But in Slot's new Liverpool, Diaz brings finesse, sharp passing and intelligent movement that gives Liverpool's attack a new dynamic edge. By blending his creativity with strategic positioning, Diaz embodies the adaptable forward Slot envisioned when he arrived at Liverpool. This season, Luis Diaz has shown impressive improvement in his shooting game compared to the last +1. Diaz's shot map shows a notable shift in his shot selection. He's moved away from speculative long-range efforts, instead aiming for closer, high-quality chances. In the 2023-2024 season, he scored 8 goals in 37 matches, averaging just over 2.5 shots per game. This means he scored around 1 goal every 5 games, with a conversion rate of under 9%, which shows he wasn't very efficient with his chances. But in the current 2024-2025 season, Diaz scored 5 goals in just 6 games, nearly matching last season's total in a fraction of the time. He's now scoring close to a goal per game, with his shots finding the back of the net over 35% of the time. This huge boost in his conversion rate means he's making the most out of each shot, helping Liverpool significantly in attack. As a result, Diaz has become one of the most reliable forwards in the league in terms of shot accuracy and conversion rate, proving that Slot's guidance is paying off. This was on full display in Liverpool's recent clash against Manchester United, where Diaz delivered a masterclass in his newfound composure. After intercepting a pass from Casemiro, he initiated a 1-2 with McAllister before curling a stunning shot past United's keeper, a finish showcasing his skill and growing maturity as a player. He ended the 90 minutes in that game with a brace, and that wasn't all. In a match against Brentford, Diaz received a simple pass from Jota, and instead of rushing, he calmly placed the ball in the net with confidence and ease. These moments highlight the clear difference in Diaz's play style from his first season at Liverpool. Back then, he might have rushed these shots or missed crucial opportunities, but now he approaches each chance with poise and precision. Against Brentford, Diaz's positioning was central, allowing Liverpool's other forwards to thrive. He moved into the box, forcing defenders to mark him closely, which in turn created opportunities for his teammates. Diaz's impact is no longer just about his individual brilliance, it's about how he's elevating Liverpool's entire attacking strategy. Perhaps Luis Diaz's most impressive masterstroke is beyond his dazzling dribbles and shooting skill, something that's made many fans claim he's rightfully in the same conversation with his goated successor. Mane's defining trait was his relentless pressing, a hallmark of Liverpool's intensive defensive setup. Diaz, while not as physically imposing, has adapted his own style to Slot's pressing philosophy. Slot's influence has turned Diaz into a more strategic presser who knows when and where to apply pressure, allowing him to regain possession without compromising his attacking readiness. But that's not all there is to his spectacular story, unveiling before our very own eyes. Diaz's work rate is now one of the highest among Liverpool's forwards, and he's become a key player in Liverpool's high press. In the final third, he averages approximately 7.47 ball recoveries per 90 minutes, placing him in the top 11% among attacking midfielders and wingers. His pressing efficiency also aligns with Slot's vision for a more adaptable Liverpool attack. Defensively, Diaz has proven himself by forcing turnovers and countering quickly. His ability to time his interventions mean that Liverpool doesn't lose attacking momentum even as he drops back to defend. This newfound defensive contribution makes Diaz a complete player, adding a layer to Liverpool's pressing game that keeps opponents on edge. Diaz's impact on the Merseyside club extends far beyond the pitch. His connection with Liverpool fans has reached iconic levels. Liverpool fans have now created a Luis Diaz song that's echoed around Anfield Stadium after his goals or stellar performances. His name is Lucho, he came from Porto, he came to score, score, score. It's a reflection of how the bond he's built with supporters, a connection reminiscent of the love the fans once had for Mane. This kind of relationship is rare, and it fuels Diaz's performance. When he hears Anfield chanting his name, it's not just noise, it's motivation. Recently, Diaz thanked fans in a video call, saying, "Thank you so much for the song, much love." These moments are what drive him to push harder, fight for every ball, and play his heart out for Liverpool. Just as Mane once inspired the club with his energy and joy, Diaz now brings a renewed passion and fire to Anfield, making him a fan favourite and a key figure in Liverpool's rebirth. But Diaz's journey has just begun, and with Liverpool's intense schedule, competition for attacking spots remains fierce. With players like Diogo Jota, who will soon be back from injury, Cody Gakpo and Darwin Núñez also vying for positions, Diaz must maintain his form to retain his starting role. Slot's system demands constant adaptation and resilience, and Diaz will need to keep refining his game to stay ahead. One challenge Diaz faces is sustaining his current form against the league's top defenders. This will require him to continue developing his decision-making and shot selection under pressure. Liverpool's upcoming fixtures, packed with Premier League and Champions League clashes, will test his consistency and adaptability. Slot's system has given him the freedom and confidence to thrive, but it's up to Diaz to harness it and prove that he's not only a a fit for Liverpool, but a player capable of leading the team to glory. Luis Diaz's evolution under Arne Slot is one of the standout stories of Liverpool's season. From a raw, instinctive talent to a refined and composed forward, Diaz has stepped into the spotlight with flair, creativity and confidence. His journey doesn't replicate Mane's, it builds on it, pushing Liverpool's attack into a new era. As Diaz continues to grow, the question remains, can he lead Liverpool back to the top and create his own legacy at Anfield? So, what do you think? Is Luis Diaz the key to Liverpool's future success? Let us know in the comments down below, and if you enjoy this deep dive, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more insights into the world of football. See you next time.